There's many varieties of muesli bars on the market, but I find many of them have so many added sugars. I'm going to show you my homemade version. This one's a mixture of berries and yogurt, super easy to put together. First of all, you need lots of berries, and I have the freshest strawberries, blackberries, and some raspberries. For our strawberries, I just want to take the tops off them, and I'm going to cook them down, stew them so they have collapsed a little bit and some of the juices come out of the berries. You do want to use fresh berries for this though, because I don't want it to be too watery, and you'll see this when they do cook down. So I'm going to use the whole punnet. I'm using 3 varieties of berries here, but if you like, you could just stick to the classic strawberries. You could add some blueberries, whatever you've got, it will work nicely as long as it's berries. So I've got a large pan here, and we're going to add our strawberries. In they go. And 1 punnet of our blackberries. I'm just going to leave them whole. And some raspberries. Now, just to get them going, I like to add a very small amount of water, about a tablespoon, don't add too much. And to accentuate the sweetness of the berries, a little honey. So about a tablespoon or so. We'll add that to our berries. So we'll just give that a stir, and that'll start to melt into the berries. Now, while that's cooking away, let's make the base of our muesli bar. So into a bowl, I have a combination of rice puffs. These are just plain rice puffs. Also some instant oats. And if you haven't used applesauce, I'd highly recommend it. It also gives it a great flavour. So in with a few tablespoons of that, along with 1/3 cup of peanut butter. Now for some extra sweetness, again, our good old honey, we'll add a few tablespoons of that. Fantastic. Now, just with the back of the spoon, mix and bind the oats, those rice puffs, with all of that liquid, and you'll see it starting to become sticky and bind together. This is the consistency that we're after. I'll also add a pinch of salt to bring out all of the flavours. Okay, that's done. Now we can press this into our tin. I've got a tin that's about 20 by 20 centimetres, and I like to line it with some Glad wrap. So by doing that, it's just going to make it so much easier to take out later on. So it's extra assurance, and I like to just go one way and then the opposite way, and then just gently press it into the sides. In with the oat mixture. And with the back of the spoon, just press out the oats and just ensure that it's nice and even. You can imagine when we're going to cut this, you're going to get a layer of the muesli, the berries, and the yogurt. So just make sure it's quite even. How gorgeous is that? Look at these berries. You can see that there's a syrup starting to form. It's thick, and the berries are breaking down. I'm going to turn it off now. Allow it to cool for about 5 minutes. You don't want it to be too hot when you add it to the muesli. Once it's cooled down, that goes straight on the top and then into the freezer for at least 1 hour to firm up before we add our yogurt layer. So this has been in the freezer for 1 hour. It's lightly set, and now for the yogurt component. This is plain Greek unsweetened yogurt. I like to sweeten it myself, so a little more honey, about a tablespoon, and why not, maybe some vanilla. Vanilla is fantastic in this yogurt, so a good squeeze of that. And a quick mix just to incorporate all of that. You'll see that Manuka honey just blend in nicely. We'll pour this onto our fruit layer. Just be really gentle when you do this, because you don't want to disturb the berries. You want to see those defined layers. I'll spread that out. And this will now go back into the freezer. You want to give it a good couple of hours, or even better, overnight. Okay, our muesli bar is out of the freezer, and this is where the cling film really comes in handy. It'll come out easily, and you'll see some of the berries bleed into the yogurt. That's totally fine. It's the way it should be. And we'll just peel that back. Look at that. Yummo. On a hot summer's day, this is such a great bar to have. And And I've got a hot, sharp knife on standby. It's going to make slicing much easier. And we just need to cut them into bars. So let's do small little bars. Carefully cut that down. Try not to break it. Perfect. And I want to show you how beautiful these layers are. Look at that. See? That's what you call not only a healthy bar, but a delicious bar. And cut straight down again. So I'm just going to get the perfect bar shape. I like them to be quite chunky like this. You know, this is not a little snack. This is a breakfast muesli bar. I'm going to have a taste. I'm going to cut one of these in half. They're absolutely delicious. The best thing about them is they're not too sweet, just the perfect balance.